So Shenmue III is back in the news lately. And it's not for great reasons.
Not for good reasons.
Not for good reasons. So Shenmue III, the sequel to Shenmue 1 and 2, Shenmue first came out in 99 or 2000, and Shenmue 2 was 2001.
On the Xbox.
Originally on the European Dreamcast, and then on the Xbox.
Okay.
So...
Did it come out here? That's kind of weird that having in Europe and not here.
Yeah, it didn't. You could import it and it would work, I think, if your system was, cracked or you used a boot disk. So anyways, well-loved game by Yu Suzuki. Kind of like the first, not really open world, but you kind of have you have an
freedom
area.
to do stuff.
Yeah, you have freedom to do stuff.
There's time that passes by.
Right,
It's
exactly.
interesting. And there's like brawler elements in there and mini games.
Oh yeah, lots of the fighting is it's Virtua Fighter-esque, I guess, beat 'em up.
It created its own game and sort of style, right? Like its own little world.
Yeah, if you haven't played Shenmue, but you've played the Yakuza series is very, very similar. It's obviously, it came from that stock. So the third one, which no one ever thought was going to happen, was kickstarted successfully.
Not just Kickstarter successfully, Sony pushed it.
Oh yeah, and Sony pushed it too.
So Sony got behind this.
Yes.
And that was 2015. That was already 4 years ago. They raised $6.3 million. 69,000 backers.
So the game's supposed to come out this year. It was originally going to be a Steam exclusive on PC. People pre-ordered,
Well, originally this was coming out December 2017, according to the Kickstarter.
Oh no, I'm just saying it's supposed to come out this year now, is what they're saying.
They pushed it back. Okay.
What was I going to say? Oh, so originally it's supposed to be on Steam. People back the Kickstarter. They're told they're going to get Steam keys.
How do they hold them or look at them? Their Steam. I don't get it. I'm kidding. Sorry.
However, Epic Game Store bought Shenmue 3 as an exclusive.
Okay.
Just offered them a ton of money and basically wrapped up Shenmue 3 as an Epic Game Store exclusive on the PC. This is pissing people off who wanted to go through Steam, who do all their gaming through Steam. It may seem small to some people, but the Epic Game Store is a whole other client you need to download and have running to play the game.
Sure.
So some people went and asked for refunds, and they never got back. Like they basically said they couldn't. So here we go. From this article, during the original 2015 Kickstarter, the game listed Steam as the platform where it would be distributed. For a long time, the Steam page offered what amounted to free advertising for Shenmue 3 in anticipation of the game's release. Then during the E3 conference, the news broke that the game would be shifting over to Epic. And they say it's been moving forward using Unreal Engine. Most importantly, they're looking to get the most enjoyable experience on PC. So they decided together with Deep Silver, after much discussion, that the Epic's Game Store would be the best distribution platform. Because how you download your game has a whole lot to do with how enjoyable your gameplay experience is.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't mind it as much in the past, but if they really got a ton of free advertising off of
they did.
Steam,
Yeah.
and then said "fuck you, Steam."
Yep,
that is brutal. And I'm not. You can't even blame Epic. That's the devs that are saying that. Like, okay,
everyone seems to think it's the publisher. Deep Silver. I don't know everything about Deep Silver, but I've heard people aren't happy with Deep Silver lately, and I'm not sure what it is. But word on the internet is it's probably
because they could have said no. Epic threw a bunch of money at him, probably.
Yeah.
Well, it's not necessarily could have been money. It's a better cut. We know that it's a much better
money.
Cut.
Apparently, Epic has been going out and just paying and being like, "This,
okay,
you're ours."
They could say no, but it was probably so much money.
But the game will be more fun if you download it from.
Oh no, that's silly.
Place.
But that's silly. That's silly both ways. It's fun on either. It's the same game. So it's just what the loader is. Yeah.
So some people tried to cancel that. And this is their pre-order. Well, they're basically backing. And here's what and here's what they got from EaseNet. Hello, FireEye. Thank you very much for contacting us. The launch was previously planned for distribution on Steam. However, it was decided together with Deep Silver after much discussion, after much money.
Much money is exchanged in a briefcase?
Yeah, that the Epic Game Store would be the best distribution platform option. Shenmue III will be distributed through the Epic Game Store and will require the Epic Game Store client to activate. We apologize for the sudden change in platform. However, refunds will not be granted for this change. We thank you for your support and look forward to delivering the Shenmue experience fans everywhere have been waiting so long for.
Wow.
Best regards, Shenmue 3 team.
With a gun to the guy's head typing that. Wow. Okay.
So I guess apparently at one point, EaseNet had promised Kickstarter backers that they would receive the keys for Steam, while non-backers would have to go through the Epic Game Store.
Which would be fair, because at least you're getting what you paid for, what you signed up for.
But then Valve's like, Valve has a clear policy in place that prohibits providing Steam keys for games that will not be made available on Steam.
So Valve is
at launch.
punching back, saying,
yeah,
screw you guys. Yeah.
So this is to prevent any developers from making use of Steam's infrastructure while providing them with no monetary compensation.
They're basically saying, you guys used us for free publicity, and now you kicked us, and you backed us, and you bent us over a barrel.
Yep.
But we're not getting anything out of this. Wow.
So then they finally did start offering refunds, but Epic Games is paying for them. Not Deep Silver, not EaseNet. So
Deep Silver's the bad guy here. Well, Deep Silver's taking advantage of it, taking advantage of everyone.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know exactly how it breaks down.
Why can't Deep Silver give their refunds on their own Kickstarter? Why do they got to ask Daddy Epic to do it? This whole thing is rotten.
Yeah, it's awful.
Like now I kind of feel bad for. I mean, Epic is paying out tons of money, and that's a whole capitalistic discussion whether or not you think it's right for them to go out and try to acquire. But now that Epic has to give refunds out, they got to pay more money because Deep Silver can't do it from there. You can go to your Kickstarter and give a refund. Like, it's not, you can do that.
Yeah, but they don't want to.
They don't want to. So the publisher is a piece of shit here.
Yeah.
The publisher is the worst here. Anyone could have accommodated. I mean, if Steam wanted to, they could accommodate him. It seems like, screw you. I understand that. Epic's like, oh, okay, people are pissed off. We got to give out money.
However, EaseNet, is the people. EaseNet are the people who actually replied directly and said, yeah, we're not giving refunds.
So now it's Epic. I guess Epic doesn't have to either, but I guess for PR they are at this point.
What I'm saying is both the developers and the publishers are looking pretty shitty right here.
Well, the developer is probably just doing what the publisher told them to do. I mean, the developer could think it's crappy, but it's up to the publisher at that point what to do.
So that brings us up to about recent times, which is what got this on my radar again this week, because this happened a few weeks ago. There is basic simple pre-order stuff that is being offered to people who literally pre-ordered on the website or console, through Epic Game Store, and you get something. You get like a blazing kick technique scroll, so you can learn like a new move.
I want a blazing kick technique scroll,
and you can get a Kenpogi training outfit and a Peking Power starter pack.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It does. Well. The people who
sounds like a protein pack.
The people who backed it aren't getting that content. They have to go and buy that content.
What?
Now,
wait, what?
It was never promised to them, and here's where you can make the, and I don't like to make it, but the argument that I always say when this shit goes wrong, it's like, you aren't buying, you're backing.
You're backing for the promise of something.
You're backing for the promise.
It's not always what you're promised to receive.
However, that is not really how anyone does this anymore.
Sure.
So in this instance, especially because the pre-order content is so small, some people are like, oh, it's so small, what's the big deal? No, that's the big deal. It's so small that there is absolutely no reason why this shouldn't be given to the Kickstarter backers.
This is
no reason.
It's egregious just because you're not going to be affecting any new pre-orders that happen. Because people that bought this on the Kickstarter aren't going to go and pre-order it again.
Right.
Especially since they know that, or maybe they can now if Epic is giving out refunds. But that's insane. The whole situation is insane. They're creating so much more headache and work. I guess the publisher, I don't understand why can't they just give the same download package to whoever and put them in the same category?
I mean, they could. They just are choosing not to.
I'm trying to think what could be an obstacle. I can't even play devil's advocate with this.
No,
it doesn't make any sense.
No, there's nothing that. No, nope.
The amount of bad will and bad PR you're building up is incalculable.
Well, and then that's something that I also read. This was supposed to wrap the story up. I think Shenmue, back when it was on the Dreamcast, was originally planned to be a 6 or 7 part series.
Oh my God.
That obviously never happened. When this was announced, they said that it was going to wrap up the story. Well, rumor is lately that it's not going to wrap up the story. So that means what this all comes down to is they're burning their bridges, they're pissing people off. It'll probably impact how people look at the game. It's popular, but not popular enough to just get by on sales. So then if they need to do another game, which is what we're hearing, they're going to have to rely on the goodwill of these people again, and I think they've burned it all.
And that's 69,000 Kickstarter backers will not be 69,000 again.
No, and what this all amounts to, which is pissing off some Shenmue fans, is they're kind of back at a point where they think they're going to be stuck with a game they're never going to see the end of. Because that's what happened after 2. So this is supposed to finish it up, but now this is going to keep going, but they've pissed everyone off, so will we ever get an actual end to the game?
I guess Sony must have invested some money in order to push this at their conference, but they're not involved with the computer side, so they can care less about what happens with that.
Yeah.
But they've gotten... So they got money from Sony, they got money from Kickstarter folks.
Epic.
And they got money from Epic. Wow, they worked the system. They did well here. The devs to get the money, but once you bring on a publisher, I guess it might be out of your hands what happens with the digital distribution, which is a shame. They got to make it right. Wow.
Yeah.
They got to make it right. I don't care how they do this. I don't care if they got to go through a tedious, well, we got to refund all the Kickstarter money, then you buy it from Epic Games in order to get the pre-order. They got to make it right. That's nuts, especially when you're waiting for 4 years for this.
Yeah.
4+ years for this. All right, Ian, that's a disaster. Who does that make what's the publisher? Eastnet? Are they the scumbag seller of the week?
Eastnet is the developers.
Oh, developer.
Deep Silver is the
Deep
scumbag
Silver?
seller. Yeah.
Deep Silver is the scumbag publisher of the week.
Yeah.